Alright, I hope this works. You should see this little construction that I've put here on the table. We have this little box of, what is it? Hey! Sorry. Yeah, we have this little box of some kind of washing fluid spray something, so I put that on our dining room table. And I put my phone on top of it so I can film better and I'm not always so shaky. So our doctor's appointment yesterday. It was finally the first time in the office with my actual doctor. So my husband Matthew met her for the first time and he was super nervous. It was so cute. He had like flutters in his stomach since Tuesday night. He barely slept. On Wednesday he was all worried and he was almost like sick to the stomach on Wednesday when we pulled up to the doctor's, just because he was nervous that he was going to be an issue too. He has a little bit of a past about like smoking and drinking and then yeah, so he was worried that, oh, and he used to do steroids too for the gym, so all that stuff doesn't help obviously. So he was nervous. I was a little bit nervous too, but I tried to tell him like it's okay. I obviously have something wrong with me too, so if you're part of the problem, then that's fine. We'll work on it, right? So anyway, we got to the doctor's office and she was running a little bit behind, which was fine. We were just sitting there talking and just too excited to care, I guess. So then we finally got called back and we're sitting in the little office room. We were sitting there just waiting, joking around, like reading all the papers on the wall and all that stuff, trying to keep busy. And then the nurse came in. I always forget her name. I swear, I'm just too nervous to remember. But it was the same girl from last time and she's just so sweet. So she was like, okay, so we did these tests, and she looked up all of my tests, and then she was like, so, did we send Matthew for some semen analysis? And we were like, yeah. And she's like, okay, would it be under his name then probably, right? Same last name? And she looked everything up, and she's like, oh, nothing there. And Matt started panicking. He was like, if I have to do this again, like he wasn't saying anything to her, but I could see it in his eyes. He was just upset. So, then she was like, oh, they must have never faxed, or they must have never sent it to us. So I'm going to try to get a hold of them now, and the doctor will be in shortly. So then our doctor comes in, and, like, I love her. I really do. She, compared to the doctor that we had before, like, she was super nice too, but she was the doctor type. Like, high heels, pencil skirt, like updo, tons of makeup, like the whole attitude of I'm a doctor and I know everything and you don't. So like she was nice and she did what we wanted her to do, but it was just the attitude that made us feel stupid. Yeah, I think that's the word to use for that. Yeah, kind of stupid. So with her, like our actual doctor, she is like down to earth. She is like jeans and comfortable shirt and no effort into her hair. Like she just makes you feel comfortable and she makes you feel not stupid for asking questions, which is awesome. So anyway, she walked in, she introduced herself to my husband and said that it was nice to finally meet him and see me again under not so weird circumstances. Because she did my HSG last time, that's what happened. That's the first time I met her. So what happened? Oh yeah, so she pulled up all of my work, she looked through all of my blood work, and she was like, okay, so did you have a period since? I'm like, nope. And she's like, okay, so obviously, like, PCOS, the progesterone levels are just, like, off, and, obviously didn't ovulate within those days, so pretty much something that we, like, already knew, that my family doctor already said, but I guess she just wanted to confirm it for herself before she did anything, which is fine. Like, I'm happy she did that. She did say, obviously, that my HSG was great. Everything was open. The tubes folded up nicely. So, all of that was great. Then she looked at Matt and she was like, so did we do a semen analysis? And he's like, mm-hmm. So, he couldn't even get anything out. Like, he was just so worried he would have to do it again. So, I was like, yeah, your nurse just said that they obviously didn't send it to them. So, she's trying to get a fax for it. And then she's like, okay, fine, so we'll like look at that as soon as they send it, and then we will just talk about our options now, right? And she's like, okay, so I'm assuming that my substitute gave you some Femara or like progesterone, and I'm like, yeah, she did. And she's like, okay, so we'll just start that up again and get a bleed, and then we'll talk about Clomid or letrozole. So she's like, I'll just run outside and get a little piece of paper, and hopefully they'll have that semen analysis there too. So when she left the room, my husband was just like white as the wall. It was awful. Like I was nervous, obviously, because this is finally like the big step that we always wanted to have for like the last almost 2 years. So it was, but I was more of a happy excited than a nervous excited. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have cared if something would have been wrong with him. So that was kind of my answer already there. So anyway, she came back in the room. She had the paper in her hand that she wanted from me, and then the results from my husband, I guess. And what I liked about her too was she would talk to both of us, not just me. Like she wouldn't just look at me like I'm the problem. She would talk to both of us, like look from me to him, and if he had questions, she was answering them for him. Not like her substitute. She was just mainly looking at me, kind of ignoring my husband, so he just felt out of place. So he really liked that she dressed him and she talked to him and tried to explain stuff to him too, right? So she came in, she had the paper. I said that already. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, and it's already like 8 minutes. Sorry. I'll try to make this shorter. So she came in and she had the results, and she looked at my husband. She was like, everything's fine. You're just like at the borderline of being like, look, his count is average, like nothing great, but nothing awful. So like average, no issues or anything. Like he doesn't need to take anything. The only thing she said is that there were some like, I don't know what word she used, but it was kind of like what she was trying to say is like they're like deformed a little bit, like some of them, just because of his past. Like from the drinking that he used to do and from the smoking he used to do, and the steroids didn't help. So there's some that are deformed. She's like, sometimes that makes it a little bit harder for them to implant, but if they do, it's not going to make her baby like all weird and dysfunctional. So it's all good. It just like, she just said like cut down on the alcohol, which like he's been off alcohol for like such a long time. He'll have like an occasional beer or something or a glass of whiskey, but nothing that's like, okay, he's drinking every day or partying or something. So, and he stopped smoking when he met me, so he hasn't smoked in 4 years. Steroids, he's been off for 4 years too, because I hate that stuff. Not just because future references for babies, but I didn't even know about that could affect that, but just, I don't know. To me, either you go to the gym and you earn it, or you don't earn it and you just shoot shit up your ass. Sorry. So, that was that. Oh, and she was just like, because of his job, because he is a welder, to make sure that he's wearing his respirator and stuff, just because the fumes can affect that too. So I'm gonna make sure that he does now for at work, because sometimes he likes to be lazy about that. But I think the fact that now he heard that that could affect our chances, I think he'll be better about it. I hope so anyway. Anyway, so she came back in and she said, okay, so Clomid or letrozole, or like the Femara, I guess. And I looked at her and I was like, I mentioned it before, I prefer the letrozole. And she looks at me all shocked and she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, usually people, when I mention that name, they're all upset and they don't want it, just because somebody way early, like when it came out, I guess, said that there's like birth defects and like just craziness that make ladies like us don't want to take it. And she's like, she would rather have people take it, but most people like to start out on the Clomid, and then if that doesn't work, go to the letrozole. And I'm like, I just, like, for me, I heard better things about it, personally. Like, I've heard the horror stories, too, obviously, but I don't know. It's just a gut feeling to me that, like, I'd prefer that. And she was like, well, PCOS, people usually have better luck with it anyway, and birth defects are the same as Clomid. Twin or multiple chances are about the same, maybe a little bit less than Clomid. What else? I'm sure I'll think of something else that she said about it. So anyway, she got me this cute little piece of paper, and she's like, okay, so, I don't know if you guys can, like, see this. Maybe I'll be able to read it. Okay, so she said, like, cycle day 1. Obviously my period started, so that's when I gotta take the progesterone to make cycle day 1 come. And then 3 to 7, I'm going to be taking the Clomid, well, the letrozole, same piece of paper, I guess. And then timed intercourse from cycle day to 22, just because she said on the letrozole people can ovulate as early as cycle day 9 and as late as like 22. That's like the latest that she said. I was kind of surprised about how early it could actually happen, because what I've read is like mostly 14 to 21-ish, so 22 wasn't off by that much. But cycle day 9 is early, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know which one I'm going to be yet, or if it's going to help me at all. I heard some people don't ovulate on it whatsoever and have better chances with Clomid, so we'll see, I guess. Anyway, so, yeah, so that's cycle day 8 to 22 timed intercourse. Usually cycle day 22, you do your blood work for progesterone or the HCG. Yeah, HCG. I always mess that up now because of my HSG. So she pushed it back to cycle day 24 for me, just in case. And she said after that, obviously if they call me back and say, congratulations, like you ovulated or you're pregnant or whatever, then I already know. But she said if nothing, like if they don't say anything, obviously if my period comes, great, be happy about it, you ovulated, it's all good, it worked, try again. If I don't get anything, obviously take a home pregnancy test if it's positive. I think she said like, yeah, cycle day 35. If I still don't have a period, then take a pregnancy test. If it's positive, great, you're pregnant. If not, then I can start the progesterone again and start new. So I think I got from the other doctor 5 rounds of progesterone. Well, I used up 1, so like 4 more. And then she gave me 3 refills of the letrozole or Femara. So we'll see how all of that goes. She also said like the first cycle, she just wants me to do 1 tablet, so the 2.5 milligram, I think, yeah, a day for the 5 days. 4 days? 5 days. And then if it shouldn't work the first cycle, then she wants me to double it to 2 tablets a day. So she gave me enough for all of that, which is great. So yeah, then we talked to her about our issue, like I said, with the moving and stuff, that we want to wait a little bit, and she was like, that's fine, you're obviously still young, it's not like you're 40 something and we need this to work now. So she's like, we're young, it's our time, whenever we feel ready for this, we can start doing it. So we haven't really addressed what obvious day we want to start with the progesterone. I'll try and do, like, induce a cycle. I'm thinking maybe in 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks maybe, start with that, and then ovulate hopefully sometime late April, unless it's like really early, like anywhere in April I guess it would be. We're super excited. I don't think you've been able to wipe the smile off my face since we walked out of that office. It just, like, I know our chances aren't great just because my cycles are way off, and I don't know, things don't seem, at least my tubes were clear, I guess. But I don't know, it just seems too unreal that it would happen so fast. So I think I'm going to be one of those people that take a little bit longer now, even on medication, to get pregnant. Not trying to jinx it, knock on wood, but I don't know, I just have a feeling that it's still going to take a little bit longer. But we're on the right track. We are ahead. Oh, barking at nothing outside. So yeah, it definitely feels more real now that we're, like, technically we could be pregnant next month if we wanted to. So, or if it were meant to happen, which is amazing. Like, we're just so happy about all of this, and just the fact that it could happen and that we have more of a chance that we've ever had for like the last 2 years is just, things are moving along nicely, and things are working out so far. So maybe we will be pregnant soon, maybe we won't, maybe it'll still take a while. Either way, we're on the right track, and we're super excited about all of it. And yeah, I'm just gonna be happy for a bit. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I think from now on it might be a little bit harder for me to do crazy updates, just because obviously there is nothing right now. If something does pop up, I'll let you guys know. But we're moving in 2 weeks, on like Saturday in 2 weeks, so that weekend is gonna be crazy busy. If I do decide to start the progesterone earlier than our moving date, I'll obviously do a video. If not, I might just do a fun tag. And at the new place, I'm hoping that my husband will feel a little bit more comfortable to maybe be in a video too. So we'll see. He has a couple days off around the weekend that we're moving, so I'm hoping if we set everything up, we can show you a little bit of the place and then get him in a video. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know how your cycles are going. I have a lot of new subscribers, which I'm happy about, and I can't wait to follow your guys' journey. I hope a lot of you get your BFPs really soon, and hopefully we can keep each other motivated throughout all of this. And I hope that I'm motivating somebody else out there that might be going through the same thing that I have. If anybody's starting the letrozole or even Clomid soon, or is on the letrozole and has any experiences, please let me know. Or if you know of someone else's channel, please link them so I can watch them. I've been crazy about trying to find people with success stories. We're excited. And yeah, I've said that a million times too. My mind's all over the place today just because I'm so excited. Like, it is insane. All I've been doing is sitting in front of my schedule, trying to like plan out if I take it here, then we could ovulate here, I could have a pregnancy test here, and I don't know, it's just very exciting to do all of this. More planning than we've ever had. Like, we're actually looking at cycles now, not months. Like, it's really gonna be within just a month and a half now that we can try, and not like before where my cycles were like 140 days long. So excited once again. So I think the dogs have to go outside and this video is insane long, so I'm gonna go eat breakfast, then edit this, and then post this, and maybe watch some more videos from all of you guys. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.